programmer, un public speaker e soprattutto uno degli speaker che sarà con noi qui a Codemotion Roma l'11 e il 12 di aprile. Sto parlando di Jonas Bone. Welcome Jonas, welcome with us.
Thanks a lot.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Thank you to accept our invite to the Codemotion Room, and let's talk immediately about your activity and what the things that you're working on. You're a programmer, a speaker, a musician, a writer, of course, and especially a Java champion. How do you mix coding and art?
Coding and art, yeah, I think that's an interesting question. So what I think it's mainly interesting about programming, and what I really love about it is that it's sort of unusual mixture between both engineering and art. I mean, you have to both adhere to sort of core engineering principles and practices and so on, but it, at the same time it allows you to and even requires you to sort of unleash your full creativity. And I really find that sort of extremely interesting. I mean, I've been playing some music for years as well, and I sort of found that the creativity often excels in environments that are well defined with constraints, such as programming and such as things like music improvisation and also music composition. And in that regard, I think music and programming are actually quite related.
I think that this aspect is very interesting because we had, for example, Mario Klingerman in our conference, and he will talk about the relation with the visual art. So it sounds really interesting. But let's go on talking about your background. I wrote that you come from the open source community. How do you believe? How much is important the contribution of the open source communities in the way in which in the development of the code?
Yeah, I think open source at least the last 10 years have really shown us there's a lot less need for standards created by committees and so on. And I think it's really in the open source community that most innovation and sort of drive in our industry actually today is made. And I really believe that all work, I mean, as is done in the open source community, I mean, if it's done in the open through collaboration, sort of with immediate and continuous feedback from the users that will actually use what is being built, it's sort of the only really good ways forward in how standards should evolve, right? I don't think standards should evolve or should be created by a committee behind closed doors, like completely detached from reality, and I think that's sort of is doomed to fail. And I think the open source community have really shown sort of the best way of how these things can be done.
Totally agree. But talking about your present and not about your past, now you are co-founder of Typesafe. What did you bring in your new experience?
Yeah, okay. I'm the CTO of Typesafe. I'm also the inventor or sort of the initiator, the creator of the Akka sort of middleware product. And I mean, I've been working in the industry for a long time, so trying to write a scalable software, fault-tolerant software. I used to work at Terracotta, building like JVM level clustering at BA Systems earlier, and so the JRock at JVM. And I've sort of been living and breathing this for a long time, and I've seen that we still have a long way to go. And I think, I mean, sort of Akka was like my sort of attempt to try to sort of bring together some of the ideas and sort of fairly new ways. It's a new in quotes way, at least to the Java in the JVM world, in how these problems are solved.
It seems to me that taking a look more deeply in Typesafe, the word reactivity is one of the keywords of this society, of this company. Sorry.
Right.
What do you think about how?
Yeah, I think, I mean, we at Typesafe, we really believe in reactive programming, and reactive programming then, as is defined by the Reactive manifesto that I was I was
Yes.
part of sort of initiating the effort and sort of writing the first version. So, and the Reactive Manifesto sort of defines Reactive as applications that are event driven, meaning that they need to react to events. They are scalable. Means that they need to react to load. When you sort of get spikes in how the application is used, etc. And also they need to be able to react to failure. When things fail, things go wrong, and across all of these, they need to be fully responsive. Meet the SLAs of the user and still sort of function. And I believe that, as always, sort of new requirements requires new tools, and I think in the world today, there's a really fundamental different way of that applications has to be written, right? We have cloud computing, we have multi-core applications that need to be deployed. Working on mobile devices and so on, and the users are extremely picky, and they have a lot of requirements in how the applications should behave as well. They need to be fully collaborative, interactive, and they need to have sub-second response time, and they can never really go down. They can really never fail. And I don't think that sort of the applications the way we are used to write applications. Using traditional JE techniques and so on, the monolithic app service, etc., is the way to go. These techniques do not cut it anymore, and so we need new ways of building software. And I don't think so. Reactive is not really about anything new. If you really look at it, it's more about sort of bringing the discussion back to actually old and proven principles that are known to work and that sort of work together in a sort of cohesive whole. And I think that's what's really interesting about Reactive, that it's sort of built on really sort of solid foundations, but we're sort of trying to embrace this sort of new world that all the applications need to be built on top of right now. And for Typesafe, I think we have an excellent sort of offer here. We with the Play framework, with the Akka middleware that you can use from either Java or from Scala, etc. We call it the Typesafe Reactive platform, and I think that's really an excellent way to get started with Reactive and to build reactive applications.
It seems to me really a matter of flexibility, and this is very, very interesting because I think that nowadays we have to be flexible, first of all. Okay, of course we have the pleasure to host you at our Codemotion event. What can we expect from your talk?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about how to build React applications in Akka. And using Java 8, and what I'm sure my goal is to give a practical introduction to what Akka is, what it can help you with, how it relates to reactive applications, and how you can utilize Java 8 to build reactive applications. So I think Java 8 brings a lot of interesting stuff to the table. The most important thing is Lambda expressions, and I really believe that Lambdas can help you to build applications in this sort of style, and Akka has sort of fully embraced Java 8 with a top-notch Java 8 or Lambda style APIs. So I really want to show how easy it is to leverage those.
Definitely. Is there sentences, a quote that represent you at best and that you would like to share to our followers?
An interesting quote, yeah. It's something that I had on my website some time ago. I took it down when I sort of rewrote it, but something that I still sort of think really reasons with me, and is a quote by Paul Arden. He once said that if you can't solve a problem, it's because you're playing by the rules, and I really love that way of thinking, right? That it's everything is possible, and it's just a matter of sort of shifting your
point
viewpoint.
Of view. Yes, exactly. Yeah. This is exactly what we want to do here at Codemotion. Codemotion Roma, break the rule and change the point of view. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. By the way, would you like to say something to the Codemotion people?
Yeah,
Would you like to
absolutely.
say hello to them?
Sure. Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm really excited to be speaking at Codemotion in Rome. I'm a big fan of Italy. I love Italian wine and Italian food and stuff. I mean, I love Rome as well. So I'm really looking forward to go there at the best time of the year. I've also heard really good things about the conference in general. It looks like a great speaker lineup, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to learn a lot there. So I'll see you. I hope to see you all there.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jonas. Thank you to have been here with us.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.